What's up, everybody? It's your boy LAWCANNON, and I am finally back. I know y'all miss me. I know y'all been looking for the content. I'm sorry, guys. I've been very inconsistent, but I am back. And in the month of November, y'all getting recipe after recipe after recipe. So let's kick it off with this one. This is a crab and spinach and cheese stuffed salmon over a bed of garlic and herb potatoes. Let's get right into it. So first, you're going to want to start off with your red skin potatoes. And the best part about this, you don't have to peel the potatoes because they're red skin. So just chop your potatoes in half. We're going to bring a pot of water to a boil. Drop those potatoes in there. Add a little salt. Salt is to your preferred taste. I don't prefer a lot of salt, but add the salt to this pot and crank that heat up. Now set that aside and let that boil. And in a separate skillet, we're going to add our tablespoon of olive oil and about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. We're going to start to prepare our spinach. Now with our spinach, which is the filling for our salmon, you're going to want to make sure that you are adding at least 1 to 2 bags if you're making about 3 pieces of fish, because as we all know, spinach shrinks faster than a lot of stuff in the cold. But yeah, we're gonna saute this spinach for about 5 minutes until it looks like this, and then we're gonna remove it and place it in a bowl to the side. Now, after you place your spinach in a bowl, we're going to get about half of 8 ounces, so 4 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to mix that in with this spinach as it cools down. Now let's take a jar of fresh, real crab meat. This is real crab meat, no imitation. We're going to take this entire jar of lump crab meat and add it to our cheese and spinach mixture, and we're going to make sure that we completely mix this very well. You can actually eat this like this, but we're going to continue with the next step. After that is well mixed, we're going to grab our crushed red pepper and add about a half a teaspoon to this mixture. And then we're going to take our Tony's Creole Seasoning and add that special kick. I'll say this is about 1 to 2 teaspoons, but you guys know I don't really measure with my favorite recipes like this, but I'll say 1 to 2 teaspoons. And let's fully mix these seasonings into our mixture. Next, we're going to take some shredded Parmesan cheese and we're going to add about, I'll say this is about 1 to 2 handfuls of Parmesan cheese. And man, when I say this makes the mixture a perfect consistency and a perfect taste with the perfect cheesy melt, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's mix that very well because this is one of our final steps. And don't forget to add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of black pepper. And that's just for that little extra spice. It's not really hot, but that little extra spice. Now, for our salmon, you want to fully season these fillets with Cajun Blackened seasoning. I love Louisiana's Cajun Blackened seasoning. It does the job. All of the spices that are necessary are already inside of this seasoning. And then we're going to add our olive oil. Now, this olive oil and Cajun Blackened seasoning combo is like a nice rub, a nice marinade for these salmon fillets. Get it all over. Make sure it is fully seasoned before we cut these bad boys. Now, after you season these salmon fillets fully, you want to take a paring knife and you want to slice your salmon on the side directly down the middle. So it's causing a really big opening. Now take the knife, and if it's still stuck like you see this, you could cut it a little bit more, but be very gentle because you do not want the knife to go through the other side of the salmon. But you see how this is perfectly cut, perfectly open, ready to be stuffed. Now take a spoon and let's spoon the filling directly into these salmon fillets. Like, look, you can just see how good this is about to be. Like, I've cooked this 100 times, but every time I cook it, I still get like butterflies, you know. But now let's stuff the rest of these salmon and let's crank this cast iron skillet to about medium to medium high, and let's get ready to cook our salmon. Now, while we were stuffing the salmon, our potatoes should be just about tender and ready. So let's remove all of our potatoes from the steaming pot of water and let's get our potato masher ready. Now, after all of your potatoes are in a bowl, you want to mash them completely. If you don't have a potato masher, a wooden spoon or a strong utility spoon will work just fine, but you want to make sure that you mash these potatoes perfectly. Then we're going to add about 4 to 6 ounces of butter, which would be like about a half a stick. And then we're going to add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. That is the secret to creamy, delicious whipped potatoes. Add your whipping cream, guys. Don't skip that step. Don't try to go over it. Don't try to replace it. You heard what I said. Heavy whipping cream. And then we're going to add in about 1 to 2 handfuls of Parmesan cheese. Now, after adding your cheese, we want to get ready to add in your garlic and herb seasoning. You can add any garlic and herb seasoning that you prefer. You can take it very simple, add in your oregano, your basil, and your garlic. You can add in just garlic and onion powder. Whatever you decide to add in, just make sure it is a lot of garlic and herbs, and you just completely whip and whip and whip those potatoes. Set those aside, and let's start our stuffed salmon. Now, with that cast iron already being heated on medium high for about 1 or 2, maybe 3 minutes, we're going to make sure that that skillet is extremely hot before we place these fillets in there, and you want to place them top side down. So you want to start off with the top of your salmon face down. Now you want to cook these fillets for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. You should start seeing the back starting to shrinking up, and once that they are ready, you want to get that good, oh, look what I did. But you want to get a really good flip on those. Make sure that your stuffing, try to keep your stuffing mostly inside, and you should see that beautiful sear on that salmon. Do you see that brown? Like, do you see that? Look at that sear. Be very careful because that grease may be popping. But make sure you flip your salmon, and then we're going to add in one last little secret, and boom, you about to have some stuffed salmon. Now here's your secret. We're going to add in butter. We're going to bathe this salmon in butter. Put it all over the salmon. Use about a half a stick of butter. You want to make sure that it is completely getting love from that butter. That butter should be becoming best friends with that salmon. You feel me? Do y'all feel me? Do y'all, matter of fact, do y'all smell that? Because if you're watching this with me and you are preparing this salmon, you should smell a delicious 5-star meal being prepared right under your hands. So let's get some of that butter out of that skillet, pour it over that salmon, and oh my God. Look what you just did. Look what you're doing. You are making a delicious crab, spinach, and cheese stuffed salmon. This is what love looks like. Seriously, this is what love looks like. So boom, you just made crab, cheese, and spinach stuffed salmon over a bed of red skin whipped potatoes. Like, you realize you could sell this? You could give this to somebody, make them fall in love with you? You know the power of this stuffed salmon? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, share, try these recipes, subscribe again. Follow me on Instagram at LAWCANNON, LAWCANNON. Thank you guys so much for watching, And trust me, the month of November, I will have a lot of content for you guys. So thank you for rocking with me, and I'll see you guys next time. We out of here.